Maybe you smell funny. I didn't get close enough to know. I don't know.
Hear ye, hear ye. I feel myself growing more powerful by the moment. I'm Grace, and I'm level 1.
I'm Nick, and I'm level 1.
And we need to be more. We need to be levels higher. We need to be higher level before we can face
the BBEG.
It's going to be really difficult.
Intense.
We're going to need the help of the vendors here at GameholeCon to give us quests so that we can raise our level and survive the BBEG.
And probably a snack.
Do you want like a donut?
That sounds great.
Let's get a donut.
They have ice cream.
We're here. We're in front of the vendor hall, and we're fledgling adventurers, but we've gotten some good advice that all good adventuring parties split up to accomplish their goal. So we're gonna split up, and we're gonna talk to different vendors and see what we can do for them. We're gonna do some quests. We're gonna level up, and we're gonna become
heroes. We're gonna conquer Gamehole.
Heroes, technically.
We're gonna conquer the holes.
I don't think you can say that.
Do you have a quest that I could do? Desperately?
Well, young adventurer, yes we do. I need you to go to the fellows at Limithron. Beat them soundly in a roast-off.
A roast-off.
Yeah.
I accept.
Godspeed.
Zach of Limithron. Look at you standing there with your handsome face and great beard and awesome tattoos, and you're too cool to roast. He's too powerful. No.
Now you can do it. You can do it.
Maybe you smell funny. I didn't get close enough to know. I don't know. Hey, we're here with Joe from Ghostfire Gaming. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you got going on here?
This is our first time with a booth at the convention. So we've got our selection of books that we currently have in print. Our flagship is Grim Hollow. And actually, if you look on Kickstarter now, we've got one underway. So I encourage folks to take a look at that. But that's our main flagship, but we've been very successful doing things for the Dungeon Dudes with the Dungeons of Drakkenheim, Sebastian Crows, and we're busy building a new monster book for them.
Yeah.
So lots of fun stuff.
What's going on with your Kickstarter?
What's going on with the Kickstarter? Well, Grim Hollow really put us on the map. It started the company, and with the 5e 2024 updates, we thought, hey, now might be a great time to revisit some of the early designs that we had, and so we're revisiting a lot of the stuff, and hopefully coming up with some pretty cool things for our players.
That sounds awesome. Where can people find your stuff?
Ghostfiregaming.com, I believe. Okay. If you put Ghostfire Gaming, you'll generally find us.
Google it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Listen, I'm a noob. I need help. I need a quest. Do you have a quest for me?
You need a weapon.
A weapon?
A weapon. I'll tell you what. Challenge the Master of Hammers. He's over here.
All right.
He may help you with experience and weapons.
A weapon. All right.
Yes.
So we will duel for honor, for glory, using the weapons of a true master, dice.
Sounds good.
Incredible. I brought my weapon. I see you've brought yours. It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it.
Exactly.
All right, whoever rolls higher wins.
Sounds good.
Incredible. Ooh, 18.
Ooh, 18.
That's pretty good. Oh, but alas.
But alas.
Alas, alack. Was indeed the small but mighty that emerged victorious this day. I feel myself growing more powerful by the moment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So that went much better than expected. I've been rewarded for my questing with dice, not as big as his big dice, but bigger dice. So now time to go and turn this in. All right, so tell me a little bit about Monster Tiles.
So Monster Tiles, we try to do two-dimensional minis for mostly mob encounters, things that people don't want to buy a whole bunch of minis and have to store all of their minis.
And paint all of
And
them.
well, no, we encourage people to paint them.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So you also don't have to buy special paints for these. They work with, we had a guy, he painted with 7 different mediums. They all stuck. So if you enjoy painting, you can still paint with them. But we do melee and range sides, what we try to do for most of them, because depending on which tabletop you're playing, it actually does make a difference. So we try to give as much form and function, plus they're all numbered, so if anybody has DM'd before where they get, that guy goes over here, and then over there, and then over there, or if you have that player at your table who goes, I attacked the 3rd guy from the left.
It's like,
But my left or your left? Well, the left. We all have that guy.
I've been there. I've been that guy and that DM.
The other thing is some things don't have a ranged option like zombies.
Sure.
So he's just a dead body set dressing. He could be a trap, he could be a dead body, you don't know until you search.
Incredible.
So we try to give people as much utility as possible out of it. And then on top of that, transporting and transport capability. That is a box that actually has tokens in them.
How many tokens are in here?
There are 12 tokens in there.
Damn.
And that weighs nothing.
It really doesn't. You couldn't fit 12 minis in here.
No.
Sure. This is awesome.
The storage capability, the transport capability, especially if you want to come to a con like this and run games or anything like that, that is
That's all you need.
nothing to carry around. And it's a fraction of the price as regular minis.
That's a really big draw. That's really good.
I mean, we're talking 12 double-sided minis, so 24 tokens
Sure.
for 12 bucks.
Are you able, what if I have like a monster that you don't have like a token for? Like a certain type of monster illustration?
There are a couple of different options. One, you can reach out to us on our email or website and we can make you a commission, or give it a little bit of time. We have hundreds of things coming down the pipeline. We're very new. We're very excited to get more products available. We are moving into locations as well, like the one that's sitting right here. This one is,
Wow.
it's going to be coming.
Incredible.
Yep.
So where can we find you guys online?
Online, we're at monstertiles.online. We also have a Discord channel that is called Monster Tiles. We encourage people to join that and share what they're using them for. Somebody told us they use our tokens for feature tokens for Magic the Gathering as well.
That's awesome.
Because there's a clear upside, there's numbers, and you can tap it.
So super versatile.
Absolutely.
Well,
the more use, the better.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Level 2.
Please, sir, do you have a quest for me? I need to gain experience desperately.
Look, all I have is this pitiful magician's pouch.
You got that at the discount booth, didn't you?
No, I mean, look, it's a hand-me-down. Come on, man.
Hand me down.
Yeah, come on. You got a quest for me or what?
Well, I could really use a new sales pitch for this Book of Monsters Might.
Okay, great.
But put some spiel on it. Look good.
I have achieved the mightiest tome here at Gamehole Con.
The Book of Monstrous Might. Have you ever wished to have a troll pop out a second head using its hit dice? Have you ever wished to interrupt a goblin wedding? I used my hit dice to grow this mustache. Before I had this book, there was nothing there, and now it's there, and it's beautiful. The Book of Monstrous Might. Get it here, now.
At Total Party Kill Games.
I'm here with Orlando with Total Party Kill Games at Gamehole Con, and tell us a little bit about what you got going on here.
Well, I believe we are in fact one of the best dice vendors to cover this. We have liquid core, actual gemstone dice, rose quartz, red granite, amethyst, like dice made of amethyst.
Beautiful.
Oh, hi. Hello. Well. Look at this early crew. Welcome in. Cosmic, welcome in. Blaze, it's so good to see you. Hello, Honey. Hello, Sweeper, welcome in. Brevon, great to see you. All these frickin' Savage Splendor, welcome in. Super good to see you, buddy. Lando. How are all y'all ding dang diddly doing? Moose? Hello. It has been a long time. It's a very blue background. It is. Do we like the blue? It can be whatever we want it to be. Hang on. Hang on. Is this the right one? Are we feeling pink? Purple? Drop some red. I kind of favor the pink. I'm hoofing it walking home from work. Nice. Bork. We got a little booth for Borker down there. Man, oh man. You graduated. Congratulations. That's fucking awesome. That's so sick. Are you going to do anything to celebrate? That absolutely rocks. I haven't received my AA books. Who do I talk to check if they're delivered? That would be me, actually. If you just send me an email at productsupport@trolllord.com, then I'll be able to help you out. And if you did already email me, I didn't get through all of the emails in there today. So if I didn't get you today, I'll get you tomorrow. But I'm sorry to hear that. A lot of the situations with that is because like shipping hasn't been taken care of, which is super easy, and we'll get it done. The red gives it that Barsoom touch for promotion. I'm so fucking excited for Barsoom. I would say that y'all have no idea, but you probably have a very good idea because y'all are probably into it too. Honey, I hope the weather's good for you. Ugh. Good way for Chuck to get back about my AA PDFs. Thanks for the email this morning. Gotcha. If he doesn't, he's usually pretty good about it, but if a few days go by, just let me know. I'll be happy to help. Getting a hernia surgery is so, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. That is a bummer. I'm glad you're getting it done and taken care of. That sucks though. Still, congratulations. Hey, Plaid Rocker, welcome in. How are you? It's so good to see you. Just want to make sure they're on the way for sure. Yeah. If they're not, it'll be easy. We'll get it taken care of together. It's moist, I'm not gonna lie, but I can see the sunset ahead of me. Pretty oranges and pinks with dark clouds overhead. It's lovely. That sounds lovely. Even better than like it makes up for the moist if it's like pretty, you know. In other words, in other news, somewhat related note, I've found that like moist has kind of lost its edge as like an off-putting word. The more what's the word I'm looking for? Like the more off-putting word for me is like damp. I find that worse. Now it's time to get into chill mode with the smooth sounds of Grace, the Quiet Storm. Jonathan, I have to ask, have we met in real life? Because there is a person who was very, 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 very dear to me who passed away a couple of years ago. Last year? How long has it been? I don't even know. And he would actually call me the Quiet Storm. And no one else has ever called me that. But that was his like nickname for me, was the Quiet Storm. So hey, do I know you? Or is that just Quinky Dink? You brighten my day, my friend, my man. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. I'm doing well. I'm recovering from a hit to the body and a hit to the ego, and I'll tell you guys about it. Coffee Artful, welcome in. I'm glad to see you too. How have you been? I had no idea. Oh my God, no, don't even worry about it. I wasn't sure because that's such a specific nickname, and I wasn't sure. That's super, super funny. It was nice to be reminded of that, you know? I love stuff like that. Your mic quality is moi, by the way. Here's the thing, honey. This is the same microphone that I was using, I think probably the last time you were around here. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I was using it backwards. That was the problem. I was using it backwards. I'm so dumb. So dumb. What about kumquat? Is that still off-putting? You know, I would argue that kumquat fucking rules. kumquat. You indignant kumquat. You know, it just like it bites. It's got bite. Twitch stream and or Monday Night Football. My attention might be divided. I can like RP a really quick like football match real quick. Oh man, then they're carrying it down the 20-yard line, and then he's winding up that big arm, and oh man, he's about to throw it, and oh, he got tackled by the other man, the boy with the different color on his shirt. Oh man, and then they're all breaking out into a crazy fight, and oh no, someone's carrying a chicken into the, I don't know how football works, but I hope that your team wins, and I hope that it's fun. It sounded off to me for so long, and I couldn't place what was wrong with it because it was collecting sounds from everywhere else in the room except here. Oh no, now they're oh no, and then they're kissing right there in the ring. Oh man, and oh man, they're constructing a big log cabin. It's a ranch. Oh my god, it's Ram Ranch. Ram Ranch really rocks. Reading CNC books I got last month. Really want to start a new campaign. Do it. Do it. Do it and then tell me all about it. Here's the thing. Can I like hard left turn really quick and tell you guys about how I got our Twitter account fucking locked down all weekend? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm sure that there were a lot of people, we're not going to like get into it. I'm not going to talk about politics. If you follow my like personal account stuff, you know that I can be outspoken about certain things that I care about, as any one of us might be. So I think there was a big expectation when the news came out about this happening that I got our Twitter account banned for like having a stupid argument with somebody or posting something false and inappropriate or like being inflammatory. So there's this new feature on Twitter, or X, sorry, where you can monetize videos, and you have to be over 18 to do that. And so you have to have like a birth date set for your account. We have a business account and it's accessed by many people all at once. And so like we just didn't have a birth date in there. So I was like, I'll just use like the birth date of the company as like the birth date for the Twitter account. That'll be cute. So I put it in there, and it turns out that call it Twitter because it pisses Musk off. I will take any opportunity to piss off a billionaire. Listen. But that's all. That's as much as I'll say on the subject. Because I sincerely respect that, like, you know, this company doesn't like do politics, whatever. So I put in that our birth date was the birth date of Trollord Games. Because it's 25 years old. I figured they probably have a thing where you have to be over 18. Duh. The Trollord Games is 25. What could possibly be the problem? Turns out, according to Twitter's terms of service, you have to be at least 13 when your account is created. I still don't know when our account was created, but it turns out that that date in, I think, 1993, or I forget what it was, but the birth date of Trollord Games would have put it as under 13 when the account was created. And so immediately the account was completely locked and we couldn't access it, and had to like submit a form with our driver's license in order to prove that we were over the age of 13 when the account was created. So if anyone knows of like someone who manages social media, anyone with any skill in like social media managing who might be able to avert crises like this, just let me know. Not once did it like enter into my little pea brain that there might be some sort of requirement like that. I figured like just you have to prove you're over 18, and that was the only thing that I was worried about. These just died. That's fine though. That was all I was worried about, was just making sure that it was over 18. I never thought that there might be some sort of issue. Fucking thank you guys so much. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that would have made that mistake. But oh my god, I was like, I'm gonna get fired. We have our largest concentration of like followers on Twitter. We have 10,200 or thereabouts on Twitter. So big problems if we just like lost that. But crisis averted. Our account is still under review, but it's back now. So turned out fine. I'll go be extra political for you just because you can. Go into your lives with extra fucking politics. Let's go. Extra politics all day. In every direction. But I'm towing the line, so I'll stop. But yeah, so that was the adventure. The other thing that happened is like I somehow like I pulled my bicep, and it's finally now exactly 7 days after I did it back to normal. And that's been life here. I shot a shotgun last weekend. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. That was crazy. I'd never used a firearm. And I learned how to fire a shotgun, and it was cool. Did y'all have good weekends? Tell me what you guys did. I played Veilguard. I'm loving Veilguard. It's so good. I'm allergic. I'm home, but my snake shed just about all over his entire tank because he must make as much mess as possible because he's baby. Come on. That's his right as a taxpayer in your home. He has the right to make a big mess. Who is that person on TikTok? Honey, I feel like this would have been on your feed. I know you're lurking, and thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. I feel like this would have been on your feed. This person that was like, I will not ever allow myself to do anything that a little frog in a vest wouldn't do. So I can cause mischief. I can commit light tax fraud, but I cannot own a gun. I cannot work a 9-to-5, but I can go sit on some moss and watch the sunrise. I think I reposted. I knew it. I knew that would be somewhere in your online sphere. I went to the World Championship of Beach Tennis to recruit for my business. Dude, you're going to get a bunch of fucking world champion beach tennisers for your business. That rocks. How is it going? I know that it's been like intense getting everything started. But how's it been going? Not a lot of traffic. That's fair. Yeah. Just remember when you talk about frogs, Steve Irwin called American alligators frogs with teeth. That's really sweet. I have a special thing with frogs. Me and frogs, like, get each other. Played Robotech using Age system Friday night. Had a session 0 Sunday for my new D&D 5e campaign. Let's go. That's awesome. That rocks. What is AGE? Also, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not making too many, like, gross noises. I'm a little congested today. Squirrel learning how to shoot pistols will be the next big threat. Mark my words. Oh my god. I don't ever want to shoot a squirrel. I love them. They're sweet. They're babies. We shot clay pigeons, and it was cool. It never occurred to me that you'd see me lurking either. I got eyes on every member of this chat. I'm looking at you through your computer. I'm doing it. I'm seeing your room. That's some that sure is a ceiling that you got on that room that you're in. I know things. Slow, but we're getting there. This will be my year. I'm willing that to be true. You are. You're crushing it, and you're not just willing it to be true, but you're bringing it into existence. You're bringing it into existence by your fucking claws. You've fought for like every stage here, and like we've watched you do it, and you're crushing it. And like me and the rest of the Hearth Coven crowd, like we're all so proud of you, Blaze. You've weathered some really shitty stuff the last couple of years, and you're crushing it. It's gonna take off. You're gonna get it. Ooh, AGE is a tabletop RPG system from Green Ronin, adventure game engine. Hey, cool. A generic game system by Green Ronin for Fantasy Modern and also The Expanse. Second game, I'm new to the system. The GM converted Robotech stuff using the Expanse RPG above. Dude, that's cool. That's sick. I'm gonna have to like check that out. That sounds awesome. I've never even heard of that. You're too kind. Well, you deserve it. So there. Eat pants. Consume shorts. Eat my shorts. As far as Robotech is concerned, I like the Savage Worlds version. Robotech. I feel like I vaguely know what that is. Okay, I've seen this is like an anime, is it not? Robotech? Because I feel like I've seen stills from it. We're about to do like a more sci-fi, like robo-y, like cyberpunk game. We're very, very excited about it. We're going to be like a traveling funk band that's also mercenaries. And I'm so excited. I'm so fucking jazzed. I think it'll be my first time like playing in something in a pretty long time. And I'm very excited about my character. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know if we're gonna stream it or not. We haven't talked about that part yet, but we are gonna get playing here pretty soon. It's an American adaptation of Macross. Man, there's so much cool shit and not enough time. Who's playing as George Clinton? Well, I am now. Old character concept, out the window. If you don't stream it, I hope we at least get updates. At the very least. Yes, absolutely. Are you ready to go small game hunting? I don't know if my heart can take it. I respect, like, the art of hunting. And I mean that. I think people that like do it and do it respectfully and like eat what they kill and use all the parts of the animal and like I think that rocks. I am extremely lucky and privileged to exist in a time where I don't have to kill things and I can just reap the benefits of having other people do it for me. But I'm very much enjoying that privilege and not too keen to kill small furry animals. But I know that hunting is, I mean, like I said, it's an art, you know? And I love the part where you're like spending time in the woods and hanging out and like watching little critters go past. I just don't want to shoot them. Anime for the win. Cool jets and stuff. Fuck yeah. It's a anime franchise. Okay, gotcha. I'll have to check that out because that sounds awesome. I have really been into like the creativity behind anime series. I feel like there's just a lot of really, really cool concepts for shows and movies that really resonate with me in anime. And I don't know why that is, why it's anime specifically. whereas like American cartoons don't really do it for me. I feel like in a lot of adult American cartoons, there's this element of like stuff is funny because it's cringy and it's like hammed up. And I've never been like the biggest fan of that. Like I've never been really about like The Office or like, I think Bob's Burgers is just okay. Like some of the character stuff is like annoying. But anime, I feel like there are these really cool concepts. What are your thoughts on anime?
What are my thoughts on anime?
Yeah. Come here. Let's get the word on the street on anime.
My thoughts on anime, like in the context you were talking about of like American cartoons versus anime.
Yeah. Do you like American cartoons or anime more? And do you have any strong feelings on anime in general?
Well, I think to your point, like I think like you're saying, a lot of adult American cartoons are in like the direction of like Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah, like Family
like,
Guy.
they're all
I'd
kinda
hate
like this
Family
weird,
Guy.
like irreverent kind of like.
And this guy's stupid, and it's funny because he's dumb,
Yeah.
and he hurts himself and others.
Now I punched a man-sized chicken.
And it's like, ugh.
It's like, okay, I don't know.
I just want to watch a cool story, man. I don't know. I want to laugh a little bit.
I will say, King of the Hill is peak.
I've liked the couple of things of King of the Hill that I've watched, but I still feel like I've never been in the mood for King of the Hill, you know?
I can't agree with that, but I live in the mood for King of the Hill. But I don't know. I think
Mortal, welcome in.
I think a lot of the stuff you see with like there's just more variety with anime. Like it
Yeah.
can be cute, it can be silly, it can be about cooking, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like they still like it's still in a show for adults.
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of, and this I'm sure this will surprise nobody, is like the violence. Because in anime you have like this incredible like art style.
Yeah.
And you're able to portray violence with a lot more detail. And it scares me.
But
I don't like it very much.
Not every anime has like violence.
That's super true.
And that's kind of the thing too, is like anime, like when we think of cartoons, we think about like funny stuff for kids or something, right?
Wait,
But
can I just say what
Yeah.
Plaid says, and yet you have no problem murdering clay pigeons.
hey,
I told them we went shooting. If there's no blood, there's no problem.
yeah,
Anyway, you were saying, sorry. I cut you
no
off.
body, no crime. There's no body because I blew him into 100 tiny pieces of dust.
If I strangle a man in the forest and no one is there to sniff out his decaying corpse, was there a murder?
No.
History would suggest not. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like you like anime is such a broad. They got everything, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not just like comedy shows, cartoons for like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's really creative storytelling.
Yeah.
Ooh, Friar and Beyond Journey's End. It's my #1 anime of all time. Write that down. Shit. I'm writing this down.
My favorite movie of all time is animated. It's
Yeah.
called The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and I'll always recommend it. Yeah, Ghibli stuff is incredible.
Friar and Beyond Journey's End.
I mean, Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
As soon as Nick showed me The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, it became my favorite movie too. So. Ooh, you know what? Something that I forgot to mention. I should have done this at the start of stream.
I see this as just like a hangout stream today.
No, I swear we're gonna read, and this actually might be like a little bit of a segue. After this stream with me, stay on this channel because Steve is gonna go live immediately after me with an Aihrde Q&A. So I swear to God, we're gonna read, and we're going to be reading on the Winter Dark, the coming of the Winter Dark, in Aihrde. So it's a perfect time to like get some facts fresh in your head, and then think about what parts of Aihrde interest you, and then it'll be like a little Aihrde Q&A with Steve, the guy who wrote it. So stick around after this.
You can ask about Murtaugh.
Who's Murtaugh?
Who's the elf guy?
Meltaug.
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 Ah, whatever.
Frieren is about an autistic, asexual elf learning human emotions for the first time. Say less. I'm into it.
And it's based on famous ballets. That's really cute.
That sounds
That's
fucking
super cool.
awesome. That sounds so good. Wait,
Oh,
Princess
no,
Tutu as well.
It's Princess Tutu.
Yeah,
based
that's the
on
other
famous
one.
ballets.
I'm
That's
writing
really
that
cool.
down. Princess
Super
Tutu.
cub.
Oh, one last update. I started reading Akotar.
How do you feel about it so far?
I'm riveted. My bleeding heart. I want, it's so popular that I wanted, just in a petty way, I wanted to be like lukewarm on it and be like above it.
No, you want it to
Which
be
is so
good.
dumb. What I wanted more than anything was to love it, and
Yeah.
that's true. But I feel like for some reason a little bit embarrassed to admit that I love it. But fucking, I don't know. I've been loving cool shit my whole life and thinking that it was dumb. So fuck it.
Just
Everything's
love what you
cool.
love, yeah. Love it all.
Please DM me about it. I've read every book by Sarah J. Maas, and no one will brain rot with dude. Fucking say less. I'm there.
The phrase "no
We'll
one
do
will
it.
brain rot with mirror."
With mirror. That reminds me of the last stream with Chuck in about 5 minutes of your about 5 minutes of your system overview videos from YouTube, bait and switch. I was enjoying the chill, and then here's Chuck. Very different vibes in streams between Chuck and me, I'd imagine. But hey, thanks for watching the little video. I'm proud of those. They're fun. Hello, I got to play my first game of
wow.
CNC with Chuck as my keeper at MythicCon.
That's cool.
Let's fucking go.
Where is MythicCon at?
I forget. I made posts about it, so I knew it at one point. Where was that? Wasn't the one in Ohio, was it, Misfit?
No, don't let it be Ohio.
We don't need another reason to go to Ohio. Could I maybe ask you for the biggest favor?
Yeah, do you want a water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't mind?
No, I was already thinking about it.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you.
Man, oh man. Oh, it's Charlotte. False alarm.
What?
Charlotte.
Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Like North Carolina?
Oh my god, Charlotte is a city in Michigan. Yeah, Charlotte. Sorry.
I was just like,
Sorry.
Has Grace never heard the name Charlotte?
I've heard the name Charlotte. Charlotte is a city in Michigan.
Your Michigander is showing.
My Michigander is showing. EJ, welcome in. Oh my god, how long's it been? It's so good to see you. Ooh, I have some controversial opinions about Akatar, so be warned. Her series Throne of Glass is better, even though it starts bad. Ooh. Okay. Listen. We're going to talk about it. Because I'm just now kind of diving in. I don't want any spoilers. But I do want to brain rot about it. So much fucking happened. Dude, tell me about it. I'm giving it like 5 more minutes, and then I swear to God, we're going to start reading. I swear. We're going to read. Charlotte, Michigan is 15 minutes from me. I did like a stint where I was volunteering in their theater for like 15 minutes and then got out of there.
Oh, it's even like spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte. Damn.
I haven't had any water today. Leave me alone.
A new ad just dropped for water. I'll get you more.
Oh my God. This man gets on me to drink more water, and then when I drink more water, he makes fun of me. Well, I'm single now, and I want nothing to do with my ex after he broke no contact to send a 4-page letter manipulating me. But I'm honestly doing so much better without him. Dude, I'm happy for you. I honestly mean that. I'm sorry for the breakup. I know that like having a relationship end is really difficult. But oh my God, they show their true colors. I've been in similar situations where like people just reach out of the blue with lengthy fucking messages full of like bullshit. And I don't know, it's like that's for them, you know? Them sending that letter is about them. You never asked for a 4-page letter of manipulative jackassery. That was all about him. You rock. You're going to be so much better off. You already are. And I'm so glad that you know that. And I'm happy for you. And hey, on to the next. He wrote, and I quote, "Your chemically imbalanced brain didn't trust me."
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm hot.
Holy shit.
Where's the mic? Go red. Sorry. Bro.
Oh my God.
You're chemically imbalanced. Man thinks that he's playing like chess and he's out here eating checkers. Oh my fucking God. Why didn't you trust me? I'm just going to call you chemically imbalanced.
My man put crayon to paper and really cooked.
Why don't you take it better when I insult you? Fucking whoa.
Holy shit.
Every accusation is a confession. So, hey, trolls, we ride at dawn to you're obliterate EJ's ex. EJ, you're incredible. You're beautiful, you're talented, you're funny, you're amazing. You are going to be just fine and way better off without this fucking trash heap. Is he in the HCG Discord server? Because I can kick him. Just say the word.
Brother Christ.
Dude wanted me to hurry up with how I felt about an open relationship while we were still long distance. Hurry up, babe.
Oh my God.
Babe, just hurry up. Why aren't you comfortable yet? Dude, hang on. Can you entertain chat while I just do this really quick?
I'm too incensed.
I'm so mad.
I dare you to try to work your chemically imbalanced brain didn't trust me into your next night of RP. Dude, I'll be saying that to Grace for years to come. Actually, more accurately, Grace will be saying it to me because I'll never remember that. And she'll remember it in 25 years and be like, your chemically imbalanced brain didn't trust me. I don't know why you sound like that in 25 years.
You're just kind of digging yourself a hole right now.
Me?
Yeah. So good news, he's not in the server. So no worries. It's also that's what I'm saying, man. Every accusation, it's a confession.
Blaze is on it. Hurry up, baby! I gotta give this girl an answer. When somebody's asking that, they've already got someone lined up.
It's so shitty. I was in like a similar situation. Oh, coffee. I'm sorry. You asked this before and I missed it. I got so incensed.
Yeah.
It's is the next video about CNC rules soon. I think you've done 3 so far, and I love it because it's great to share with new players. There is a new one coming. Yes. I want to do that this week. The next script is about combat, so we'll dive into some combat rules.
Hey yo.
The script was actually written by Nick and our other friend Zach.
We wrote the scripts.
Yeah.
We also wrote in a lot of like visuals, and then like
originally like the series was gonna be like filmed.
Yeah.
We had like a few of our friends.
A couple of them, but it just didn't pan out.
We filmed all of them.
That's right.
And
I forgot about that.
I don't know what happened to it, but we don't have that footage and probably won't. So we're just kind of making them now. That just means I got to come to Michigan for y'all now. Come to Michigan, man. Michigan fucking rules.
Who's coming to Michigan?
EJ.
Yeah, yo.
Let's go.
It's cool up here. And windy. It's heckin' windy out here.
It's pretty heckin' windy. Everyone, take a shot for EJ. Here you go.
Thanks.
To EJ and to better things.
Oh, I bit off more than I could chew.
You chew your water?
Doesn't everyone?
Okay. Yes, dear. All right. Anyway, we absolutely have. Steve is gonna kill me if we don't read anything tonight. So we're gonna read. Thanks for being my man on the street.
Put her there, champ.
That's a tax-paying handshake. Oh my god.
I paid a tax in my day.
That's so violent. Wait, can I have one more? Ugh!
The trick is you gotta like, it's like throwing a good punch, right? You gotta just like put your hip into it.
Oh my god. Will someone clip that? Ow. Fucking ow. I hurt the webbing in my hand.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It took us so many takes to get like a reasonable handshake at Gamehole Con.
Yeah, for
and
the
then we
beginning
just,
of that video.
Step into it automatically right here.
Yeah. Now we're in it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Please read something.
we're gonna read something.
I
I'm
came
sorry.
into you and got everything sidetracked.
We always get distracted just catching up and stuff. You gotta give a handshake like you're about to hit a baseball flying at your face at 97 miles per hour.
Yeah, twist.
From now on, just full. A handshake is a full body experience from now on. I'm just south of Lansing. Dude, I love Lansing. Lansing is my second home. Lansing is one of the that I think is the coolest city that I've ever lived in. Lansing is incredible. We got to go visit. We're going to go there soon.
We're gonna do it.
We're
gonna
gonna
go
do
to that
it.
one restaurant.
That has sushi burritos.
No way, really? I was thinking about the other place where you got the skillet.
Oh, that place isn't open anymore.
No.
They closed with COVID. I cried.
Oh no.
I cried tears.
I'm just gonna go walk into the sea now.
I'm just going to go walk into traffic. No big deal. Hey, History Prof, welcome in. Good to see you. Let us all get CNC out there and grow its popularity so we can get some cool monster minis from M&T. That's what I'm saying. When we can get this company up, then it's more stuff to go around, you know? Level up in warrior levels with that handshake. It's the only way I'm going to get warrior levels. It's not going to happen for me any other way. But, okay, so if you're just joining, I'm going to do a reading from the Codex of Aihrde. And after this, directly after this, Steve is going to go live. And he's going to do like a little Aihrde Q&A. So definitely stick around after the reading. If you've never been in one of Steve's streams before, I know that there's a lot of folks from like the HCG fam and the comrades here. And if y'all haven't hung out with Steve before, please do. He fucking rocks. But for now, I swear to God, we're gonna read something. Okay. We have been going over the events that led up to the onset of the Winter Dark in Aihrde. The Winter Dark, of course, being the 1,000-year period in which Aihrde was essentially ruled by a god king called Unklar, who was actually a literal god created by the Allfather and summoned to Aihrde by an evil sorcerer named Malazor, who was looking for like ways to grow his power, and saw this evil entity kind of floating in the void of space and decided to try to bend it to his service, and it didn't exactly work out for him. So I think last we left off, we are in the days are dwindling before the coming of Unklar to Aihrde. It's kind of just day by day, it's getting closer. And our major players are Malazor, the wizard who's summoning Unklar, the Emperor Sebastian Oliver I, who was once a wizard's apprentice named Rapscallion and was actually the apprentice of a wizard who was fighting Malazor but Rapscallion turned, like with the promise of like power and influence, and became one of the greatest emperors, not greatest, but like one of the most powerful emperors rather in Aird's history. And basically everyone is kind of standing against Malazor, but no one's really able to stop him. There was a band of heroes that tried, and they were unfortunately defeated. So there are various armies that are kind of standing in wait to go to war over this. And that's about where we are now. So, get yourself a beverage, get cozy, hang out, settle into whatever kind of task you want to do, to listen to this little tale. Thank you for being here, and Trollsaw. As the last breath of the days before days blew across the land, the Emperor Sebastian Olivier I sat upon his throne with the cradle of the world upon his brow. The cradle of the world is it's a crown. Behind him stood his counselor, the high priestess Nectanebo, servant of the goddess Imbricius and mistress of Narhite, lord of chaos. Before them both stood Malazor. Folds of sorcery wrapped the archmage, clothed in power. I have the power to summon a beast from beyond, and with it at your heel, you may bring Robert Luther to ruin. I do not trust you, mage. I never have. My master of old, dead though he be, spoke wisely about you. I am but your servant in all this. I crave only knowledge, not worldly power, as you do. Still, but to bind you to me, I have brought Nectanebo, priestess of Imbricius. She commands the power of the Val Ericune. And with that, the woman stepped from the dais and approached the mage. Her deliberate movements rippled with her power, both of her physical might and her sorcery. She was heavy with the voice of her mistress when she spoke. Malazor, Trigal, mage of 1,000 years. I can see into you. I hear an echo in my mind of your every thought. I know the truth of you. Malazor looked back upon her with cold eyes. She smiled at him, a cold, merciless smile. My lord, he seeks to betray you. He seeks to own the world, but not with this creature. This stain upon his mind is a tool only. I am not surprised. You are too far on your journey to want only to be a servant of my throne. But summon your beast, Malazor. We haven't the strength to break the powers of Keomar. You and we will square accounts on some later date. The Emperor trusted in his sword, bathed in the language of creation as it was, and Nectanebo trusted in Imbricius, who spoke in her ear. Using the winter rune, Malazor stepped back into Ura, his fortified tower that stood in the Gotland, wherein lay the iron pillar and all his gates to the many realms. Passing through, he saw the many mirrors, each one a gate to a world. He chose the one that bridged the wall of worlds to the void. Malazor made ready the rods of binding, and calling upon his fountain of magic, he spoke the incantations of the paths of Umbra, bound in the winter rune, to summon the beast from the void. None could have foretold the true horror which the paths of Umbra would bring. Indeed, had Malazor foreseen the consequences, he would not have cast the spell, and had the Emperor known the fate which darkness would deal him, he certainly would not have consented to the atrocity. The darkness, wrapped in shrouds of the substance of creation, stepped into the world of Aihrde, into the Tower of Ura. Malazor knew then, instantly, what it was, and that he could not best it, nor control it, nor influence it in any way. He sought to flee. The Archmage cast forth power, using the hidden rods to brace himself, but many of these bore the taint of darkness, and they failed the Archmage, so that he fled back to the pillar and sought to close the gates. But it was too late. Darkness stood there, and Malazor had to flee again, and he fled to the court of the Emperor. But he did not use the pillar and its mirrored portals, but mundane magic, for he feared the darkness would follow him. The darkness stood upon the bridge between the Tower of Ura and the Void, within the iron pillar, and he cast out for the mage. He saw first all the gates to the many realms, even those that allowed the mage passage around Aihrde. Unbeknownst to the Emperor, the mirror behind his throne, large and reflecting all that went on in the throne room, was itself a portal bound to Ura, for through it Malazor had watched all that the Emperor did and said. It allowed him passage to the throne room. Through this, the darkness came. Sebastian Olivier, last of the house of Enoch, turned in his throne and sought to master the darkness. He cast a spell of binding, one designed by the wizard Aristobulus. This was his master once upon a time. Nectanebo joined him, calling upon Ambricius. She threw ropes of power about the darkness, hoping to hem it in. All was for naught, for the darkness was pure and unspent through all the long years of his banishment. As is told, in the year 748 OY, the devil came to Aihrde, and the long days of the feast of death began. The darkness was fresh to the world of Aihrde, and the judgment of Corthane did not bind him, for he was of the Val Ericune. The darkness slew the high priestess Nectanebo on sight, even before her spell of binding fully completed its cycle. Sebastian, alarmed, drew forth his great sword de Sepero and commanded the beast to yield. It was the first and last time any mortal commanded the darkness in any tone. The darkness slew Emperor Sebastian and cast his broken body upon the dais where its ruin lay for 1,000 years. He cast aside Sebastian's sword and crown and took his seat upon the throne of the god emperors. He as yet took no shape or form, but remained a dark wash of evil that few men could look upon without being consumed by madness or death. This shadow, from the darkest imaginings of the Allfather, set to destroying the known world. He broke the Archmage and bound him, such that Malazor became his voice in Aihrde, and all those of the Emperor's house who did not bow, he unmade. He lay claim to all there was or ever would be, and men of all stripes fell in terror at his voice. The darkness was freshly come to the world, and had only echoes of the long rin that became, and these were flawed, for he had them of Malazor's mind, and though great in power, his understanding of the world was never whole. But this the darkness knew, that he was of the Allfather, his child, born in the void long ago, and he saw the world through flawed eyes, for to him it was incomplete, and what was done was not done according to the Allfather's own ordering. He would make good the Allfather's flawed design. Todd O'Hara can only say skibbity Monday, skibbity toilet, am I right? As the darkness pondered his purpose, a fear stole over him, and he remembered the Val Ericune and how they drove him into the undeeps at the beginning of time. These thoughts troubled him, and he sought order around him. He took for himself a name, Unklar. Unklar is darkness without light, and ending without redemption. For his fear of the Val Ericune, Unklar roused himself and fortified the keep of Al-Liosh. Rending the earth with a great axe, he rent huge rifts about the city, laying waste to its walls. With his breath, he lay waste the earth for miles in every direction. He then drew the might of the rivers Undulay and Euphrates to spill into the wreckage, and it soon became a swamp of fell death. He turned then to the city. Her towers he destroyed. Her houses and palaces he pulled down. Her wide avenues he turned over on themselves. All was destroyed, and with it, all those who had dwelt in that fair town, and their lives were spent in the filth of it, and their bodies became the rot. Then, lifting the ground on high, he made a true mountain of slag amidst tumbled buildings, and set his high citadel atop. The slag itself he fashioned in the shape of a tree, thousands of feet high, a grim mockery of Wenifar and the great tree in the west. All this he surrounded with mighty buttresses and fell towers. In this abode he named anew, calling it Festung Aufstrag, the citadel of command. The ruins of Al-Liosh sprawled underneath Aufstrag and into the swamp far around, and brackish water and filth filled them such that all but the highest ruins vanished, submerged beneath the grey water's corruption. And these men called the Grausam land, the grey pools. From his own substance, Unklar fashioned the Ungern, the children of the dark, and he made them mighty. He made them in the deeps of Aufstrag, and set them loose upon the world. He bound many people to him, and made war upon all the lands. He filled the rings of brass with his fear, and the shadows of his thought crept through all thoughts of men, dwarves, and many people of the world. Hey, Monster Tiles, welcome in. So good to see you. Everyone, Monster Tiles was the company that was in the video at the very beginning of the stream before we started, where they have like the minis that are like these little tiles, and they rock, and you should follow them on Facebook if you haven't already. I have their business card, and we got one of their boxes to share with Steve, and I handed it to him, and he was like, "Is this empty?" I'm like, no, they're just that light. But yeah, definitely go support Monster Tiles. They are a brand new company, so let's lift them up. And hey, Monster Tiles, where can we find you? If you got a link to your Discord or anything, like, drop it in here. But as I was saying, Ungern. In all this, Unklar failed to note that the crown, the Cune Mundus Osquam, the cradle of the world, the one which had rode upon the brow of the emperors of Enoch of old, became unsettled, and it fell from the throne and rolled down the dais. The ringing of its fall resounded like a singular bell, tolling the demise of the world. It caught the eye of the emperor's chief constable, Baron Herikon Petrovich. The baron stole the iron-banded crown and the sword of his fallen master, and fled the world, stepping through the mirrored gate to the Tower of Ura, and even to the plains beyond, where he hid both items from the prying eyes of the undeserving. The elves watched events unfold in horror from Shindale, the land of 7 rivers. Many became distraught and called for a return to Aihrde, where they could stand or fall with Kaomar's holy alliance. For these folk, Aihrde held a special place, a true home fashioned not from the passing of the Allfather, as the lands of Fae had been, but made by him in his prime. The lords and ladies of Shindale became embittered in the debate. Ever a prideful people, neither those who supported returning to Aihrde nor those who opposed it would yield. At last, the Lord of Lothian forbade any to leave until the fog of darkness was ended. The Lord was far-sighted and saw the unfolding of the Wall of Worlds and the coming of the winter dark. So I think we'll stop there, just for now. Hey, nice, monstertiles.online. Hell yeah. We are live over on Facebook and also on Twitch. So I don't know if everyone on Twitch can see Facebook chats, but I don't think anyone on Facebook can see Twitch chats. So people are seeing it, and I hope go in there. But yeah, thank you for dropping that link. I am going to make sure that we are all set for Steve's stream. So you know what? Let's do a really brief intermission. And when we're back, we're going to have Steve up here instead of me. What is it you were reading? I was reading The Codex of Aihrde, which is a book that we publish and sell here at Trollord Games, and Aihrde is our setting. I know they do fly. It's crazy. Hang on, Steve just messaged me. Okay. So give me a second here. I am going to go and make sure that we are all set up for Steve. Hang out for a little bit. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your Monday evening with me. You could have been anywhere, and it means a lot that you chose to spend it here. And please stick around. This is going to be really cool. We're going to talk about world building, and just maybe like campaign stuff, things about the world of Aihrde if you're curious. And I don't know, Steve's got a lot of really great stuff to say. So hang out. We'll be right back. Go in peace, make the words, and do good. And I will see you next week.
Maybe you smell funny. I didn't get close enough to know. I don't know.
Hear ye, hear ye! I feel myself growing more powerful by the moment. I'm Grace, and I'm level 1.
I'm Nick, and I'm level 1.
And we need to be more. We need to be levels higher. We need to be higher level before we can face
The BBEG.
It's going to be